Hello, we're making applesauce here, and just want to take the fresh applesauce out, put that in here, and using our food strainer, I'm reducing down this mash into applesauce, and the ratio, I put about 9 cups or so in here, and I'll get about 8 cups or so to maybe a cup of waste. So 8 cups of applesauce. And we're going to take that applesauce and we're going to cook it down and make some apple butter. We've got about 3 green apple trees and 2 red apple trees. The red apple trees we made juice. We made some apple butter with that. So I just take scoops of this that I cooked down, and what I did was just quartered the apples and I put them in this big pot with about for every 6 pounds or so, I put about 2 cups of water and about a 1/4 cup of vinegar. And so that cooked for about an hour and it made this mash. I'll show you, it really looks just like mashed potatoes. But what's nice is the peels, we minimize the waste. You really have peels and you got seeds and you got stems. Another way we're doing this is I've got a crock pot going over here. And I take about 16 apples and peel those apples and then slice them and then put in the crock pot for about 10 hours. That's pretty easy because it's hands off. The main work is the peeling. However, you get about, from 2 pounds of apples, about 16 of them, of these little guys, you get about a pound of peels. Whereas with this, like I mentioned, 9 cups goes in here about, out comes 8 cups and maybe a cup of waste. So a lot less waste, you know, only 1/8 of that is waste. You maximize your apple, that half of it's waste. So it's been a fun process so far. Again, we got some applesauce, we're gonna make some apple butter, we're probably gonna can some of that. Haven't done canning yet, so I'm excited to give that a shot. And I guess I don't really have anything else. So I guess what I do want to mention is this Nopro Food strainer. Sauce Master food strainer, I got it for about 50 bucks from L&M, and we tried a same brand Nopro Food mill. It was a pretty basic food mill. There was not separate screens. I only had the one narrow screen, but that was about 2.5 quarts. I put it in there and it cranked, and it was really easy to crank. But you looked inside your sauce, and after going through about twice, there was a oily film in there, a grease, and it looked like it was something from the friction possibly. I looked online, and it looks like a couple of you others also had that same issue. So far, really liking this food strainer. If you'll watch, just load it up, crank this, and quickly out comes our sauce. You get the waste coming out this end, but it's super easy. Now, if you do use this, they do say make sure you're cranking it with liquids in there, because that's what lubricates it. Otherwise, you could ruin, there's a nice spiral gear in there. And this one only came with the one size. I haven't gotten the other sizes yet. Something we could look at. But right now, all we're doing is applesauce. So you'll see, pretty simple. That first run is all that warm liquid coming straight out. Everything else is going through that spiral, and that's why it's thicker and thicker on the end. Okay, so that looks pretty close, because this container is about 8.5 cups. So that, maybe a couple more cranks, that out of there. I'm going to say something like that. So right back where we started, another full container, 8 cups. So I've already got in here 1, 2, so this is 3. So doing pretty well. We got about 6 quarts, and I got a little more here. So we'll get that filled up, start cooking that down, get another batch going. Talking to you soon about the rest of the process. Thanks much.